Yo, yo, what up? It's Mysterious224. Let me put the volume down a little bit. But we gotta talk about the finals. We gotta talk Cavs and Warriors. We gotta talk mainly about, the inevitable. LeBron against the Warriors. LeBron. Here's my thing with LeBron. LeBron is great. LeBron is, in my mind, is the GOAT. In terms of basketball, I don't think, Jordan, Kareem, Magic. I don't think anybody's ever been above him. He can do all things on the floor. He can carry a team. He can score, rebound, assist, get steals, blocks, anything. He's dominant on both sides of the ball, and he takes such great care of his body that he can withstand, that amount of workload for years. He's in his 15th season. He's playing the best offensive basketball of his life. You know what I mean? But my only thing against LeBron is last night I'm watching the game. I'm watching game one, and this isn't something that just happened, for last game. It's not something that it was, the game plan for that game. This is something that's been happening throughout the playoffs, throughout pretty much his entire career. We often say, most of the time we say, LeBron doesn't have any help. LeBron doesn't have any teammates. LeBron, is basically doing this all by himself. But, going back to my point, my thing against LeBron is that, I'll see him come and I'll see him control the ball from the inbound. Possession after possession after possession. No other teammate really gets to touch the ball. And last night I'm watching, and during the second quarter there's a string where he advances the ball, and he just basically, tells his teammates, move, I got this, ISO. He tells them, I don't even need your help. And I feel like he would have more help if he was to pass the ball more, if he was to utilize his teammates. I don't even think he knows what his teammates' strengths are. Obviously it's not going to be, major strength, but I have no idea if he even knows, their style of play. And he can't beat the Warriors by himself. As great as he can be, LeBron can be literally the most dominant player ever. He can take over a game by himself. But he can't beat this stacked Warriors team by himself. The Warriors starting lineup includes 4 All-Stars. That's crazy. And they have Curry and Durant, which, have a combined 3 MVPs, including one Finals MVP, with Durant last year. So LeBron cannot beat this Warriors team by himself. He can't. I just don't see a way of him doing it. He needs, last night K-Love gave him 20 and 13 boards. I'll take that all day. If he gets some type of contribution like that, and his teammates are making shots and he's passing to them and he's feeling confident in them, then yeah, I feel like the Cavs can actually win the series. Because they have more heart. They're the underdog, and they just have that mentality of, okay, these guys, we have to beat them if we're going to win anything. That's why I believe that the Cavs can win. I still believe they can win, even though they lost game one. I'm hearing everybody say, "Oh, they got the wind sucked out of them. The life sucked out of them. Whatever it is." I don't see that happening. I see LeBron bouncing back game 2 and putting on an even better performance than what he did in game 1. And that might be near impossible, but LeBron, he's gonna get it done. You know what I mean? But that's just my opinion. That's what I feel is gonna happen. And that's what I feel, is bound to happen. I feel like this is going to be a 7-game series. This is part 4, Warriors Cavs. At this point, I feel like LeBron has figured out the Warriors. I don't think he's going to get swept. I feel like he knows their game plan. I feel like he knows exactly how they're gonna play, you know, and what they're gonna throw at him. At this point, I feel like LeBron has the highest basketball IQ I've ever seen, and I've heard, you know, even the old heads say, you know, he does have the highest basketball IQ, and you know, you can see it on the floor. What the hell is that? But yeah, you can see it on the floor. The plays he makes, you know, the angles he takes, when to speed up, when to slow down. He knows how to take care of his body. He knows how to, you know, take care of any situation, given that they're down, that they're up, you know, the time, who has possession. He figures it out, and he's been in the league so long. He's seen so many things, so many plays, so many defensives thrown at him, that he already knows how to, you know, he's pretty much immune to anybody really guarding him, because everybody knows he is the bona fide, he is without a doubt the best player in the league. You know, KD's not close to him. KD's getting there, but he's not up there yet. Steph is not up there. You know, Harden's not up there. There's just nobody who's playing at his level. And he's what, 33? He's 33. And another thing that I'm hearing about is, you know, knock on wood, you know, don't jinx, his injuries. He's never had a significant injury in his career to keep him, you know, from missing any significant time. LeBron is just that durable in you know, given the amount of time that he's actually able to spend on the court. It just backs up my point even further. You know, he's just seen everything. He knows how to manipulate any type of defense that's thrown at him. Any set, any zone, anything, man to man, he can get past you. He's a great ISO player. He's a great, pretty much teammate all around. He said it himself. He can fit into any system, and I believe him. You know, he's shown, when he has teammates, when he has talent around him, that he doesn't mind sharing the ball. You know, that he doesn't mind giving it to his teammates so then they can carry the workload rather than him. We've seen him carry almost the entire workload this year because he has little to no help. And once again, I know I'm being kind of hypocritical saying that, you know, that he doesn't give the ball to his teammates, so how can he have help? But, you know, I still believe that he does need to give him the ball, but, you know, at the same time, who does he really have? Who? JR's not going to give you, you know, 20 a night. Grant Hill's not going to give you, he's barely going to give you 15. Hood, you already know about him. Green, he can give you, you know, somewhere around 8 to 10. He has no help. K-Love is his only option. You know what I mean? And his whole thing with Cleveland is that I don't think he wants to be in Cleveland anymore. You know, he's did his best. He's delivered on his promise, and he's got Cleveland to the finals. I'm sorry, you know, for the past 4 years, and he got him a chip. But now, you know, in his last interview that he did before Game 1, you know, all signs point to him leaving. You know, he said he didn't want Kyrie to be traded. Everybody knows that he's bumping heads with the owner. You know, his body language, I just don't see him wanting to stay in Cleveland. And he says it, you know, another segment I watched, they're saying, you know, I think it was Nick Wright that said he's not from Cleveland. Or was it Chris Carter? He said he's not from Cleveland. He's from Akron, Ohio. And they said it. You know, Akron and Cleveland are two different things. You know, Akron is they compared it, or they gave the analogy of, you know, siblings. Akron is the little brother, the, you know, not as well known, you know, the smaller portion, and you know, Nick basically said, you know, Cleveland doesn't care about Akron. Cleveland is the city of itself, and Akron is pretty much an outsider. So LeBron will tell you, I'm from Akron. He'll never say I'm from Cleveland. He'll say I'm from Akron, Ohio, because to him, you know, to pretty much anybody, you know, you're not gonna say, oh yeah, I'm from Cleveland just because it has a bigger name. You know, LeBron is true to himself. He's you know, leveled. He's humble, and he knows where he come from. You know, so him, you know, playing for Cleveland is just because Cleveland is the closest sports organization, you know, to his home in Akron. And you know, that's the only reason why I could think of him staying, if that's even what he's planning to do. You know, I don't see him fitting in with Philly that well. I feel like Paul George would be a better fit, given that he's, you know, a defensive stud that can give you 25 to 27 a night. That's what I believe. But, you know, I don't believe he'll fit in Houston. I think LA is not there yet. I don't know. So I don't really know where he's gonna go. But, you know, that's all up to him. But back to the finals, you know, if you give LeBron, you know, somebody like Damian Lillard, it's over. It's over. It is over. Like, we wouldn't even be having this conversation of can LeBron even carry his team to the, you know, past the Warriors. Because if he would have had somebody like that, even somebody like C.J. McCollum, you know, or Eric Gordon, the sixth man that you know can come in and be dynamic, you know, have some type of effect on the game, then yeah, I think LeBron would be good. But he doesn't have anything like that. Closest thing he has is Kevin Love. You know, and I believe Kevin Love can ball. Don't get it twisted. Kevin Love can ball. Alright? But he's just not enough. He's just not enough. At this day and age, the three-point shot is so reliable, and Kevin Love, he can shoot the three, but he's not, you know, feared. There's no way that's going to be like, okay, you know, I have to strap Kevin Love up all game on the three-point line. You know, it just doesn't, LeBron just doesn't have anybody like that. And his three-point shooters, they're all shooting like 30%, 20%. You know, so what type of help is that? Even if he does give them the ball, they're not going to really do anything with it. You know, so I can kind of understand where he comes from when he's, you know, when he's controlling the ball, but I feel like they would be so much better if he was to give them the ball. You know, and obviously they've had success. You know, they swept the Raptors. They got all the way to the finals, you know, took 7 games against Boston. You know, it's just not, I don't know, it's definitely not easy what LeBron is doing. You know, I can't think of any other player in the history of the league who can do what he's doing. So, you know, and he takes on anybody as competition. You know, it doesn't matter. KD's guarding him, Draymond. It doesn't matter who's guarding him, who puts a body on him. It doesn't matter, because he's gonna exploit them. You know, that's LeBron. Like I said, he's seen everything that's come his way, and he's a beast. He shot what, 58% from the field, and scored 51 points, 51, 8 and 8 against the Warriors, who are the top defensive rated team. I mean, if he pulls this off, it's over. There's no debate as to who's the GOAT at all. Surprised I made that. But I mean, you know, Kyrie alone, just put him back on the team, and you'll see how different it will be. If LeBron was to just have one bona fide like 4 short, okay, this guy's gonna give me 20 a night, 20, 25, then he'll be good. You know what I mean? He'll be good. But anyways, guys, it's the end of the video. It's Mysterious224, and I'm out.